Hello, and welcome to another Franchise Hockey Manager 4 stream. My name is Adam. I'm the community manager. With me, as always, and not pictured on your screen, is FHM producer Jeff. Say hi, Jeff.
Hey, everybody.
And we are back with the 2020-2021 Florida Panthers franchise. It's been a couple weeks. We are doing our best to actually win some games here, Jeff. We're 39, 20, and 10. We're a few days past the trade deadline. Our owner is happy with the season, but hates that we were under 500 in the last month, but he's still overall happy with us. Trade deadline recap.
We picked up Tyler Myers from Winnipeg for basically a bunch of prospects and picks. That's about it. Problem is, you've got 3 big injuries right now, and we're getting close to the playoffs. We're down to about a dozen games left, and it doesn't look like any of them are going to be back.
Okay, but we did pick up our first. We picked back up our first round pick, too. In that
Yeah,
trade.
we did get that, but
yeah. Okay, but
it doesn't do us anything right now.
we are
So
devastated on the injury life, with John Carlson done for an infinite amount of time, indefinite, not infinite.
yeah,
Johnny Gaudreau's out 2 to 3 months. Barkov's out 2 to 3 months. This is looking a lot like the real Jets, Winnipeg Jets. I mean, obviously we're playing with the Florida Panthers, but everyone knows
it's not
I'm a
quite
Jets.
that bad yet. I think
Wow.
the Jets injured list is what, about 8 or 9 guys right now.
Well, it is the top three of the top 4 centers are gone now. 3 of the top 6 defensemen, the number 2, number 3 goalie are gone. It's like, how can this get any worse? Oh yeah, we also picked up Thomas Tatar on waivers before. So we got a game here versus Arizona.
Oh, as the Panthers, yeah.
Yes. I'm just going to put Thatcher Demko in net, sum it out, and we win. And Demko gets hot, making 38 saves on 41 shots. We win in overtime. 4-3 victory. All right. Dolan scores. Ekblad scores. Matthews gets his 40th goal of the year. And in the shootout, Austin Matthews and Adam Marcheshin score, which gives us the victory. Nice. Can't complain about that.
Oh, off to a good start.
Yes. And all right, here we go. So Jeff, tell me, how are you feeling about your Vancouver Canucks going right now in real life?
If we lose tonight, we will be mathematically, I think it's official that we'll be mathematically eliminated from the playoffs.
So let me
I
ask you
think we'll
this.
be the first ones to do that. So
Is this like a Cleveland Browns type thing? You just kind of always celebrate that fact now?
well, I mean, there's not much else to celebrate right now. I mean, it doesn't really matter graphic wise because we're getting pushed down to like 6th or something after the lottery, because we will never ever win that.
Well, we all know Dolan's going to end up in Edmonton, right? Like, I mean, that's clearly what's going to happen.
Or Buffalo,
Yes. Oh, and we
one
have
of
a
the, one of the
story
prospect graveyards.
pop up, and Brent Burns, despite the Sharks being in a 65 points, so they're probably not in the playoffs. Brent Burns decides to do some roofing on his off day and falls off the house, and now he's hurt.
Trip over the beard.
Well, possibly. It says he slipped and fell over his 2-story home, but easily could have tripped over his beard. So that's too bad for Burns. Burns is gone with a strained back for 2 to 3 weeks. And that's funny, he doesn't have a beard on his picture. I guess he shaved it off by 2021.
It's a different look for him.
Yes. Let's just take a look at the standings, see where the Sharks are, actually. They're in second last in the Pacific. So probably not making the playoffs unless they go on a bit of a run, but crazier things have happened.
Seems unlikely, but yeah.
And we are currently first in the Atlantic and tied in fourth in our conference. So not bad. And Lacos, 1, 2, 3, 4. Thanks for coming out. All right. Overall, looking pretty good. I guess, what we should do is we'll just take a look at the stats summary here. And see, Austin Matthews, through 70 games, has 85 points. Not bad at all. 40 goals, 45 assists. Our captain...
Yeah, like a little more secondary scoring maybe, but because it kind of drops off after the first
well, Ekblad has
group of
63
guys.
points. Tippett's got 61.
Yeah.
Suzuki in limited minutes, but pushing up, has 41 points. Thomas Tatar hasn't got all those for us, but putting up decent numbers. Will Butcher, not bad. Eberle's been a little bit disappointment, but he's been playing limited minutes too. I think if we look at our injured list, we would see, like, Barkov also has 60 points, and Gaudreau's got 31 points through 42 games. Carlson's got 25 points in 52 games, so that makes a bit of a difference too.
Yeah, if you click on the contracts page and then look at the stats from there, that'll give you everybody that's under contract now, so it'll show the injured guys too.
So we can see a little bit more balanced. And Pewog says, did I see the Wings are bad in your league? Yeah, the Wings are constantly bad. This team, though, is actually pretty amazing, if memory serves. They have in net, Chris Gibson, and Peter Mrazek is still there, unlike real life. And I'm just trying to remember. I thought they had... Oh, maybe that's a different game I've been playing. But Paul Stastny there. Anthony Duclair. Kyle Oposko. Abdelkader's still there. Gustav Nyquist. Franz Nielsen. Michael Rasmussen. Anthony Mantha.
Yeah, so they've pretty much overhauled the roster, and they're still bad.
Yeah, 17, 48, and 5. That's bad. And Lacos1234 in the chat has a big story for you, Jeff.
Yeah, I wound up trading for some draft picks and for a couple of first rounders, and won the lottery. Wound up with the first and second pick. Nice.
Ooh,
pretty scary odds on that.
Jake Allen is 5 fires. And Hellebuck's cold, because of course he is. 58 games played. I think I'm actually going to switch the goalies before the game starts. Give the old switcheroo, put Demko in net. Return to the game.
Yeah, Blues are actually on top in the Central Division, so that's going to be a tough game.
And we actually won 4-3. 43 shots to 26. All right.
Yeah, but we should be trying to get Hellebuck heated up a little bit before the end of the season.
We tried that last year, and he got super hot, and we still burned out. And, okay, so not bad. Not bad at all. Tippett, Dolan, Matthews. Jake Bean scores in overtime. Excellent. We got a month to go here, so we'll get Hellebuck in some games, but there's no rush to get him in either. Again, like to try and get him hot, but if we push too hard, then we could see him get cold really quick too.
Well, he already is fairly cold, so
fair enough.
Not going to make a huge difference.
Echo says you guys were talking about never getting that number 1 pick. Well, yeah, for sure. But let's be honest, nobody wants Vancouver to have the number 1 pick, or
I mean,
Toronto. Okay, so we actually have Columbus's first round pick. So how's Columbus doing this year as well? How's Alex?
Columbus is on top of the Metropolitan, so that's going to be like a...
Not a very... Oh, yeah, they're ahead of us. So not going to be a very high pick.
28th or 29th. Yeah, very low in the first round.
But not bad either, so... And,
yeah.
Right.
So we're gonna be drafting 2 towards the end of the first round.
Okay, game versus Boston. We'll leave Hellebuck in net. Sum it out, and we win. But Hellebuck doesn't get warm because he only takes makes 24 saves on 25 shots. Matthews scores again. Butcher scores. Suzuki scores. Sebastian Aho scores, and Rasmus Dahlin scores. So there's maybe some of our secondary scoring. And Matthews gets his goal streak to 5 games. Yeah, that's pretty good. He only played 1433. That's a surprisingly small amount of ice time for him, but that's okay. Must have had some penalty trouble. CS High 312
Question:
in the chat.
CSI.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Is Seattle going to get that expansion team? Well, not official yet, but it's looking pretty good for them.
Well, they sold out their ticket drive. They or have at least people saying they want to buy tickets. They're going to have to pay, what are they talking, $650 million, I think I heard.
Yeah, not sure how much it was. It'd just be nice to have an alternative to go see if we can go going to games in Vancouver and paying out the nose for them.
Yeah. What's going to be sad is when they're still better than Vancouver.
Yeah. I wouldn't be expecting another Vegas miracle. Although the NHL is still saying that we'll still stick with the same expansion draft rules for the next one.
Yes. Well, if they're going to pay $650 million, they probably want something. Okay, so we got back-to-back games versus Ottawa and Detroit. So the two bottom feeders. Do I just run Hellebuck through both these games, see if we can get him a little bit of hot heat?
I think so, yeah.
Play him back-to-back, see if he can...
They just got fired as a Senators coach.
All right, and Hellebuck wins but doesn't get hot. We win 6-2. Tatar, Marchation, Matthews, Huberdeau, Vatanen, Tippett score. All right, goals coming from everybody. And Matthews, of course, is up to 6 points, or 6 goals. CSI 312 says, can't wait to see Seattle. Nickname will be what it will be. Kraken? Kraken's definitely on the board. Somebody did jersey concept of the Seattle Metros, what somebody linked to on our forums. TP
Yeah, that looked pretty good.
And they look pretty nice as well. Except for
the wildly unrealistic background, which had blue skies in Seattle, which never ever happens.
The only part I didn't like from it is it looks very similar to the Minnesota jersey.
Fairly similar, but...
All right, so I played Hellebuck back-to-back, and we lose versus Detroit. Because, of course, we did. And so Hellebuck remains cold. Interesting player on waivers? I don't really think so.
I'll see who it is.
Philip Dandino, Xavier Ouellette, and Ben Hutton. 2-star defenseman. I'm thinking he's got probably a contract. I don't really need the 2-star defenseman that bad.
What do you have the waiver interrupt set to? That was a
2
new
stars.
thing in the last update. Oh yeah, that's okay. That's
Yep.
I usually have it at 2.5 or 3. You're gonna get a lot of alerts with 2 stars.
Well, you didn't have half stars the last time I looked. So
did we take that?
There is no half star option. That's why. Yeah. So you have minimum 2 stars.
Yeah, I might have to change that.
I asked you about that.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I remember at that time. So yeah, you can set that by going to manager options, and exit autoplay when. So I have it set to minimum 2 stars.
Yeah. Should mention here that we're actually, what Adam's playing right now is test build again. Looks like we're going to do one more hotfix update. There were a couple of things that needed fixing, so don't have a definite date on it yet, but there will be one more update, small update, before we finish with FHM 4, although we have started on FHM 5 already.
All right, and bad news for Pittsburgh. They just lost Matt Murray for an indefinite amount of time. Torn UCL. So the number 3 seed in the conference just lost their starting goaltender. Ouch.
Yeah, that's potentially good for us somewhere down the road.
I guess I should check and see who is actually their backup, huh?
Eddie Lack.
Is it?
Yep.
So how old is he in this game?
Looks like he is 33. Looks like he was actually playing in Europe for a couple of years, and then they signed him at the end of February.
Okay, he is
off of a team in the Czech Republic.
1-star, B-level scouted. Ooh, that's not very pretty. So who else do they have? I'm wondering. Let's look at their depth chart. They don't... Oh, they have the other Matt Murray.
Olivier Rodrigue.
Well, they don't have another goalie, period. They're going to have to sign somebody.
No, they've got they've got a guy, but he's in the Quebec League.
Yeah, so they'll end up having to sign someone. Who's the best free agent goalie available? Looks like Jan Petchik.
Not much.
Yeah. Wait, so who is their other backup then? Or did they trade somebody away? I'm curious now.
Well, they've got the guy in the Quebec League under contract, but
yeah, but they clearly can't run.
But they must.
One goalie.
Yeah, they must have traded somebody at some point because they had. Because they signed Lack right after the trading deadline. I'm just looking up their transaction history now to see.
Yeah, so was I, just pulling it up. Tristan Jarry. They traded Tristan Jarry to Montreal at the trade deadline.
Okay. How to get Vertman. There we go.
Wow, they're gonna miss.
And dumped.
Wish they had him.
Dumped an elderly Phil Kessel on the Islanders too.
Elderly Phil Kessel.
Well, 33. You figure.
Yeah.
Kessel's not going to be moving too fast at 33 anymore.
All right, and we got another game here. Playing against Dallas. Let's go Hellebuck, see if he can get heat, and he gets a win but still can't get warm. Makes 30 saves, gives up 2 goals, but we win 5-2. Eberle, Vildari, Butcher, Huberdeau, Matthews gets an empty netter. Nicely done. That's a very Islanders-ish thing to do. Maybe Mike Milbury's back around in the team. Not sure. And we'll just continue to advance. We're up to 98 points. So we can probably, for the first time in the Florida Panthers franchise, I believe, break the 100-point mark in our stream. Game versus... Oh, geez, Pittsburgh keeps winning, though. They're up to 99 points. Our next game's versus
maybe
Detroit.
they don't need Murray.
Xavier Simo is up to 73 points through 57 games. Left winger. 1-star talent, 2.5-star potential. Like it. Right, he was our first-round draft pick a couple years ago. Only 2.5 stars, but we saw a couple of bleak drafts. There is a good draft coming up, though. So there is some hope, which is, good, especially since we have some picks. And Mike Babcock might get fired. Ooh. Game versus Detroit. Gibson still hot. Win it, sim it out, and we lose again. Hellebuck gives up 3 goals. He remains cold. Your plan is not working at all.
Okay, how many games we got left? It's not.
The good news is we put out Michael Rasmussen for 4 months with a torn hip labrum. Although maybe
that really makes much of a difference.
Maybe for FHM5,
for Detroit.
We're going to have to change all the injuries to just upper body or lower body injury, except for your own teams.
Yeah, it seems like nobody. We actually, I think, looked at doing that way of doing that at one point, or at least changing it for the playoffs.
And Avalanche, Holtby falls ill. All right, game versus Philadelphia.
Goalie's dropping left and right.
Hellebuck in net, sim it out, and we lose, but Hellebuck gets a little bit of heat. 4-0 loss because they dominated play. We only got 16 shots on net. Ooh. Nolan Patrick had only his 10th goal of the year. Not doing very well. He has 20 points in 27 games. Okay, well, he was hurt for a while then.
Yeah, that sounds a little more reasonable.
Torn flexor tendon. All right, then. Lacos1234. That's a great idea. ... I'm sure lots of our fans would be very happy if it just came out and you just simply saw, he's hurt with a lower body injury. How long's he gone for? A while.
Yeah.
Well, the Winnipeg Jets don't announce injuries. They do announce concussions. That is the only thing they will announce, though. And let's see. Vegas loses left winger Vladislav Kamenev.
Yep.
All right. Doug Waite might get fired. I'm surprised he stuck around that long. All right. And Alex Turcotte is getting better at playing left wing. Our former first-round pick has 93 points in 60 games. Check in. Are they in playoffs now? March? Late March? Yeah, they should be in playoffs by now.
Must be, yeah. Pretty close.
So we'll take a look at some of our top prospects here. Just take a look at our depth chart. Man, why are we on such a long break here? Okay, so we got Case McCarthy, who's also in Saginaw, playing for the OHL. 57 points in 56 games. Not bad. Point for a defenseman. Right, we still got Ryan Suzuki. Alright, so let's take a look at the OHL. So I need to go to here, Canada, OHL, Saginaw, and Sarnia. Can you remember that, Jeff?
Saginaw and Sarnia.
Okay, they just started. And both teams are in the Western Conference. Saginaw's up 1-0 and Sarnia's up 1-0 on Erie and Kitchener, respectively. Alright. Not bad. Not bad at all. Lacos1234. No, I mean it. It's a great idea. Okay. Gar Snow might finally get fired by the Islanders as well. Okay, we had an 8-day break. That's why everything's going why we're so far between games. That's interesting. I guess that gives us time to get healthy. Should never complain about that, right?
Yep.
And Houston grabs Brett Connolly, former first-round pick who's kind of been nothing but a disappointment, to be perfectly honest. Although I kind of blame Tampa Bay for ruining him. Uh-oh. That's not good. Our star prospect, Alex Turcotte, has been sidelined with a torn pectoral cage muscle. He's done for 3 months.
Yeah, that's the end of his season.
Yep, he's done playing OHL, and will be on our team likely next year at 2.5 stars.
Yep, and well, at least he'll be ready for training camp.
Yep. Oh, that's too bad. Tough way to end your season. And there is a goalie. Dustin Tokarski is on waivers. We don't need him. Well, I was going to see who Pittsburgh signed. Still haven't looked. So Pittsburgh signed to play goalie. Oh, they did sign that Jan Pekic. In 2 games, he's 1 win, 1 loss, and has an .880 save percentage and a 3.01 goals against average. Eddie Lack, in the meantime, is 3-0 through 5 games and has a .943 save percentage with 141 goals against, so he's playing surprisingly well. New Jersey's fighting for the playoffs. And we lose. We get our butts kicked by New Jersey. Holy cow. 7-2.
Well, they're a little more motivated, I guess.
Coming off that.
So how are we looking in the standings right now?
We have slipped. The good news is we continue to take out other players when we're having bad games. We broke the ankle of Damon Severson, and he's out now for 4 months. So we are actually slipped all the way to 5th place, and if we don't get a couple wins here, we could possibly actually fall right out of the playoffs.
Out of the playoffs now?
Yeah. 8th place is 90 points. 92 points. We're falling into tied for 6th.
Yeah, we got 98 though. That's not going to happen in 4 games. We'd really have to screw this up for that to happen. But we should try and get a couple of wins.
You say that.
Here.
Have you not paid attention to our luck all year in all these games?
Yeah.
Oh, that'll never happen.
It's turning around now. We're injuring other people.
We'll be fine.
But you look at the team with 90 points is the Leafs, and they've only got 1 game left.
They're in 9th, though. But yeah, regardless, I don't really want to play. Oh yeah, at least only got 1 game, but Philly's got 3 and they're 1 point behind them. Well, which means they still can't catch us. And oh, we're to a new month, so development report time means we get to see guy we don't care about is falling. Case McCarthy's going up. Thatcher Demko's at 2 stars. Barkov's going up. Sebastian Aho has got up to 2.5 stars. I don't think he was. I feel like he was only at 2.
Nope, it was 2 stars before, so.
All right.
That's an improvement, and probably lets him hang on to his job for next year.
Yeah, okay, so we've seen some improvement. Kurashev's up 2.5. Eggenberg's 1.5. All right. Got some guys kicking some butt in the QMJHL again. All right. Like seeing it. Leipzig is on waivers. So how are you feeling about the Leipzig trade right now? By the way, after watching him play with...
He started out pretty well, but we'll see. We may not be trying too hard at this point in the season, so I'm not sure he's going to get this kind of ice time next year.
Overtime loss, so I believe that clinches us a playoff spot. But Hellebuck goes from 1 fire to cold. Because that's about how everything's going. And we just lost Jonathan Huberdeau for a day-to-day injury.
Well, we go before the playoffs begin, so hopefully he's back before that.
So we're going to need to call somebody up. So how's Springfield doing, I wonder? Not very well, if last time I remember. Okay, in the playoffs, and looks like they were eliminated, unless I'm missing something. Springfield finished 6th. They finished 2 games above 500 for 78 points. Not terrible, but... So who is the best guy we can call up then?
I'm thinking Godin.
Yeah. Be him or Kemp, but I think Godin's the better guy to call up.
Yeah, because we want a winger. Okay, well, I'm too, but Godin is a winger first.
All right.
Although we only have 3 natural centers on the roster right now. So either one works.
Well, I feel like one guy is actually... Well, Godin is a center too.
Yeah.
And Okay, never mind. Austin Matthews is also a center, despite him playing left wing right now.
Yeah, true.
And so's Marchation can also play center. Let the lineup redo, and okay, that's better. Okay, gonna give this a little bit more balance. Okay, looking good. I do not like Thomas Tatar up on our second line. I'm gonna put Taylor Radish up all the way up to the second line. Give him a chance.
See if he finally starts scoring.
Yeah, I'm also gonna move Jason Dixon down and put Philip Kurashev up on the second line. And yeah.
Update on the Trocheck trade. Trocheck is headed for about 60 points with Tampa this year, and what's Radish got again? He broke
Radish
20
played
yet?
limited minutes for us.
Yeah, and Trocheck would have too, but still.
The big thing was dumping Trocheck's salary. If you remember, he was signed.
Well, he earned his money for Tampa this year.
What's that?
Now, if he's putting up 60-plus points, he's actually worth it for that. He's got $4.75 million for this year and next.
And board confidence, Viola's happy, but is disappointed with our record still being, even though we're 5-4-0. So what's his owner confidence? Still high yellow, so that's okay. 3 games left, including game versus Minnesota. Okay, Taylor Radish has 21 points, averaging 10-20 a night. That's not bad.
It's not great.
For playing fourth line, that's pretty good. Overtime win versus Minnesota, but we still can't get Hellebuck hot. Dickinson grabs his first goal in period 3 of the year. Ratcast says Houston Arrows? Yes, this game, if you remember, it's been quite some time, but I did expand the league to add Houston in, and that was how we got rid of Roberto Luongo's contract, was we let him go in the expansion draft. And I can't remember if there was anybody else. Yeah, we lost a defenseman too. Houston, this is about the best year they've had at 74 points, so they're starting to come along. And, alright. Game versus Vancouver tomorrow. And Ratcast,
Yeah, and then 1 game left in the season.
Alright, so we are currently...
After the Vancouver one?
5th. Oh man, we might be playing Buffalo, Series 1. Vancouver's 2 games under 500, so let's make them 3 games under 500. Alright, Hellebuck, pull out the win. And he does. 18 save shutout. And we beat Dave Rich.
Nice.
And go up by 2. Thomas Tatar, to prove his worth, adds an assist and a goal. Be the number 1 star. And we're looking pretty good at 103 points. Ratcast says FHM2 is still his most played game on Steam. I'm not surprised by that. Strategy. I think Hellebuck's got 1 fire. We might as well leave him at that for now and just put Demko in for this last game of the year. Right?
Unless it's check out what do the standings look like. Can we?
We're playing Buffalo.
Gain a spot or 2 here.
We could gain a spot.
I would put Hellebuck in for that because we're right on the borderline between getting home advantage.
I'm gonna go with my gut, and I'm gonna put Demko in. On the back-to-back, I'm gonna put Demko in. All right, sim it out, and we lose 2-0. So should have listened to Jeff. He fixed the game to make sure that we couldn't win that because I didn't listen to him.
Well, it's not like Hellebuck was going to score a goal for us, so I think we would have lost anyways.
Sure, sure. You're just trying to tell me, like, oh, you should have done that. And Jonathan Huberdeau is back soon, so that's good news. And the Islanders fire Doug Weight to bring in, wait for it, John Tortorella.
Back to New York.
Back to New York. For this time, he's in Brooklyn. Huberdeau is almost 100%, so the good news is he'll be back for the playoffs.
And who do we get in the playoffs?
Still waiting to find out. Should find out tomorrow now, by the looks of it. And Huberdeau is back, so I should put him in right now before I forget. Glenn Godwin, right? That was who we brought up. It was Godwin. But Huberdeau, just before, I think, upcoming free agents. Taylor Radish, what does he want? He still wants $3.9 million, and I'm not paying him that. I'm not sure I even want Will Butcher on my team anymore. 2-star guy. Got 33 points this year, but he's not exactly getting any better. Let's see what to do.
No, you probably want to qualify him at least. He's not a restrictor. Oh wait, no, he is a UFA, isn't he?
I believe he is, yes.
Yeah.
Okay, lines look good. And we are playing the Vancouver... No, I'm kidding. Okay, actually we get all the announcements. So did we get anybody here? Let's find out. All the announcements for the awards. Hart Trophy nominees. Not us. Vezina. Not us. Norris. Aaron Ekblad is up for the Norris Trophy.
Yeah, makes sense. He had a pretty big year.
Pietrangelo and Chris Letang. He actually put up the most amount of points, 69 points, in 82 games. So beat the other guys. Calder trophies. And Cliff Pooh of Vancouver is up for 22 years old. All right. Versus Dylan Sandberg and Gabriel Fontaine. Executive of the Year is not us. That's lame. Frank J. Selke Trophy has... No, Vincent Trocheck is up for the Frank J. Selke Trophy. Because, of course...
So 60 points, Selke Trophy candidate, and we gave him for a guy that we're probably going to let go.
Did we not add something more? Or is that... No, that was straight up, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yep.
No, we're qualifying him for sure. So, Lady Bing is Jack Eichel, Ryan O'Reilly, and former stream favorite Sergei Mozikin. Mark Messier is Draisaitl, Bergeron, and Raquel. Ted Lindsay, repeat actually of the Hart nominees. And the Jack Adams has to be us, right? Right? No, not us. Glenn Gulletson, John Stevens, and Mike Yeo. I wonder if Gulletson will go on a tirade after that. You sure liking going on his tirades lately. All right, simming forward. So not a bad season. I mean, we finished 46-25 at 11, 103 points. And we are playing against, you guessed it, the Tampa Bay Lightning and Vincent Trocheck in round 1.
Did we at least get home advantage?
We are starting in Tampa Bay, so I believe that's a no.
Okay, so
Taking a
this
look
could be embarrassing.
at all of the games, we got New Jersey versus Columbus, Rangers versus Pittsburgh, Montreal versus Buffalo, us versus Tampa. In the West, Edmonton versus LA, Arizona versus Calgary, Chicago versus Winnipeg, and Minnesota versus St. Louis. Interesting. Just gonna save the game here. Because, well, I guess we're not in charge of a national team anymore, huh? We resigned from the Finnish
No,
under 20 team after we did so poorly.
Yep.
So I don't have to worry about any of that. And so we have Hellebuck in net, who's actually slipped it down to cold anyways to start the playoffs, because of course he did. And Vasilevsky is only 4 fires, so that's terrifying. And we'll send.
And he was a Vezina candidate too, so
Well, you got to bring that
this
up.
is going to be.
And we get our butts kicked horribly. We lose 2-0, 3-0. Stamkos scores.
No, it's not horribly.
Kilgorn scores. Hedman scores. 3-0 loss. And we just lost Adam Marcheshin to a sports hernia. Perfect.
We may be getting Huberto back.
We did get him
hopefully.
back. Now we gotta
we did get him back? So.
Yeah, now we got to put Godwin in. So, just going to let the lines reorganize themselves a bit. Okay, I'm going to put Kurashev in center, move Tatar up to the left wing on the third line, and have Kurashev, Eberle, Tatar as the third line. See if that works any better. This isn't looking good, Jeff. It's not looking good at all.
Nope.
It's like, hey, how can we make this worse? Oh. Game.
Still, if we steal a game here, we got home ice advantage over them for the rest of the series.
Problem is we're playing a super hot goalie, so.
Yeah.
He's up to 5 flames and hasn't let a goal in yet. Sim it out, and we lose again 5-2. Butcher scores first, but then Calfoot, Tyler Johnson on Alexander Volkov, Stamkos, Bean scores back, and then Stamkos finishes her off with just 2.5 minutes left to play. And we are quickly down 2-0. Jeff, I'm sad.
Well, the season started well.
Do I do something radical and throw Thatcher Demko in net, see if he can change the tide?
Don't think that's going to make much of a difference.
Well,
we got to start scoring more yet.
Let's put him in, find out. Demko comes in for game 3, sim it out, and he gets hot, and we only get 12 shots against, giving up 45. We lose 42. Or 5-2, sorry. So, interesting.
On the verge of getting swept.
Yep. And we can see Newark Madonna broke his fractured larynx versus Penguins.
Ouch.
And he's done for 6 months. That's rough. Sidney Crosby is also hurt day to day. Fractured larynx. That's gotta sting. Okay, game versus Tampa Bay here. Gonna put Demko back in net because we actually got a few goals for him. Sim it out, and we lose. We are swept in the first round again, like always. And we lose 3-1. Wah, 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 wah. Man, not with a bang,
Yep.
but with a whimper.
Pretty much.
All right, here's
And now we probably keep stimming and so we can watch Trocheck win a cup.
No. I'm going to take off all my autoplay options. And just say submit to next month, and we'll see what happens. Man, that's rough. Montreal also swept Buffalo. Good to know. What? Oh, another guy gone for 4 months. Okay, I did not shut off enough things. Let me try that again. Okay, gonna turn on Do Not Disturb mode this time. And go to next month.
Don't do that. That'll skip right through to the end of the year. Don't put it on Do Not Disturb.
I said to next month. Not... okay, fine. Do Not Disturb is off. I'm going to take out personal messages then. Next month. And let's see. St. Louis wins. Winnipeg wins. New Jersey wins. Since we're looking at bracket anyways, did you fill out a bracket, Jeff, for the NCAA tournament?
Nope, haven't done that since I lived in the States.
I actually haven't done one yet this year. My bracket last year, I had, according to ESPN, I was 96% on one of them.
Wow.
Yeah, I had one of the final 4 teams wrong, and that was basically the only thing I got wrong on one of them. I was surprisingly good. Another one I was 85%, so I still got to do that. Ratcast is in the chat, and so I brought this up on our Twitter feed too as well. You know, there's a bunch of big changes coming to the ECHL next year. St. John's is finally getting hockey again, which I'm really excited for. I'm really glad to see St. John's. It's a good hockey market.
They're going to have another Tim Hortons themed name?
They are going to be a Leaf subsidiary.
They had the ice caps. It was the ice caps last time, so they got to move on to a different product this time. Timbits is minor hockey, so they can't use that one.
The mochas?
The lattes?
Thanks a latte. Okay, lots of guys going up again, so that's good to see.
Assuming we don't get fired in the off-season for blowing another season.
Man.
But hopefully we can take a shot at a free agent maybe in the off-season. That'll put us over the top, and getting the injured guys back will help as well.
Yeah. So St. John's is coming in. They haven't announced the team name yet. I wouldn't mind if they actually stuck with the ice caps, but I could see them going with something different. And they are going to be the Leafs affiliate. Were the Leafs not with Orlando previously? Am I wrong on that?
Orlando, so I'm not sure what the Solar Bears are going to be doing next year.
Yeah. And Hall of
As far
Fame
as I know, they're still staying in place, but they'll probably get an affiliate shuffled around.
Well, with that news, City is moving, or not moving. They are shutting down operation.
Yeah, for the season. Yeah, that was St. Louis's, I think, wasn't it?
I believe. They were with Vegas for sure.
Or were they? Oh, I'm thinking of next. Yeah, okay. So yeah, we'll see what.
We're gonna nominate James Patrick as the Hall of Fame because he should already be in there, I would think.
I was thinking more Marty St. Louis.
No. I'm not sure he deserves to be in the Hall of Fame. Brian Label in the chat says, "Hey there, how are you?" I'm doing okay.
So
I'm sad.
in game, not too good.
Yeah, in game. Man, that just crushes me. Okay. There we go. New Jersey wins. And Calgary wins theirs. Tampa Bay and Montreal 3-3 going to Game 7. And Montreal pulls it off and upsets and knocks Tampa Bay out. Well done, Montreal. Brian Label in the chat with a question, Jeff.
Some players in the NHL, the AHL teams associated with them, they shouldn't be doing that. Anybody in the AHL, unless there's a younger player that happens to play in the AHL that's still eligible for the draft. But in that case, they'll belong to the AHL team. They won't have been drafted by an NHL team.
If you are seeing that, though, I'm going to say we might want to see your save to see how that happened. Or would you disagree on that?
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised. I'll take a look in a couple of saves and see if I can see any guys being drafted out of the AHL, but that is a little odd.
What year are you in, Brian? Are you in historical or?
No, I wouldn't be possible in historical
league. That's probably why. Maybe there's guys.
Yeah, if the age limit is set that the AHL is low enough to have players for the that are eligible for the NHL draft, they'll only belong to the AHL teams. They won't be NHL signed.
Okay, so the good news is Barkov is kind of halfback. The other guy, who was the other guy who was hurt? Gaudreau is back as well. So I moved them both.
Just waiting on Carlson.
Carlson is still indefinite, so he's going to be a while.
Yeah, might not even be back for the beginning of camp.
Not likely. Next month. 4 years in, but it's NHL format, he says, for his fictional league. It's possible the AHL team needed somebody and had to sign somebody who was.
Yeah, they could. So they could have signed younger players and brought them up. It doesn't work the same as the full modern NHL game would.
Yeah, that would be my best guess as to why that would be happening.
So the AHL players would be eligible to draft in that case, but you wouldn't be drafting them from another NHL team.
Yeah. But their rights might have already been given to a different AHL team.
No. They wouldn't be in the draft if their rights belong to a different NHL team.
Wait, say that again. I missed.
If their rights belong to another NHL team, they wouldn't be in the draft.
Oh, no. But I meant AHL rights. Like if an AHL emergency signs somebody, because they're only the 3-team structure, if they sign them as like a 17-year-old because they were a free agent, then they could have an AHL rights but not have an NHL rights.
Yeah. So they would be eligible for the NHL draft.
Yeah. And so we enter June here very shortly. And we'll just watch, see who plays. I might actually do a special stream maybe later this week or weekend or something, and just to show off the draft and free agency, so we can move on to the start of the next season. Probably. Case McCarthy continues to improve a lot. Everybody's improving, which is good. Pierre-Olivier Joseph might finally be ready to take the step and join us. And all right. Calgary is playing Montreal in the Stanley Cup final. That's crazy.
Yeah, well, we did have a Canadian winner already because the Oilers won it in 2019 earlier in the game.
Yeah, but that's not Calgary versus Montreal. Montreal.
Now, rematch of the 89 finals. Or no, 86?
Yeah, okay, so we see our new scouting report. We can see different guys kind of all over the place. Alright. Even our scouts are kind of unsure. There's a 2.5-star guy and then a 4-star guy a little ways further down. Not a lot of big scores, what it looks of it. Hall of Fame vote. So, Daniel Alfredson should go to the Hall. Brian Propp should go to the Hall. James Patrick, since we put him on there. And fourth one, I'm not sure. Theo Fleury?
Yeah, I'd say so.
I'll say Theo Fleury for that, so I'll say okay. Especially as Calgary might win the Stanley Cup here. And hi, Gudu, thanks for coming out. Calgary wins the Stanley Cup with an 8-1 victory. Woo!
What? So Montreal and 2 Stanley Cups for Alberta in 3 years.
NHL All-Stars, Aaron Ekblad is named one of the top defensemen, and Austin Matthews is named to the first team as left winger. Nicely done. Mike Yeo wins Team
so
of the Year.
Minor consolation to.
Just taking a little look down. Cliff Pooh of Vancouver wins the Calder Trophy. Pooh had 38
What season
points.
did he have?
38 points and 82 games.
I actually think
You think what?
Yeah, he didn't. He must have had a big bunch of points down the stretch because he only had 28 going in when you started this.
Well, Pooh can get going. Aaron Ekblad wins the Norris Trophy. So if nothing else, we got a Norris Trophy winner on our blue line. All right.
Well, Butcher's gone, Meyer's gone, Carlson's hurt for the long term. There may not be much else. Oh, we got Dahlin improving.
Yeah, and Sebastian Aho's doing okay. Jake Bean's up to 2.5 stars. Still got Sammy Vatanen, Ekblad.
It's still a pretty young team. I mean, we're going to have a little bit of turnover in the offseason, but we'll be a little better next year, I think.
Well, we'll have to push for some. Free agents. If we just take a look, maybe before we Going to check two things before we leave. So upcoming free agents, we can see nobody really that great is coming as an upcoming free agent.
Well, relatively speaking, I mean, there's Kucherov's in there. Is he signed already in your game?
I don't see him as one of my top guys. The top guy is Joel Eriksson Ek, followed by Miro Heiskanen.
I'm just comparing it looks like there's been a bunch of guys sign extensions in the last few weeks. Steen is in there.
Yeah, Josh Morrissey's there, so if we could grab him too, I'd be okay with that. We'll see how it goes. Maybe we can find some guys who we can grab in the draft who might be able to come in and help out as well. And just as one more thing to look at before we log off here is we'll just pull up the stats for the year. And Alexander Barkov led the league with 3 shorthanded goals, power play goals. Austin Matthews, 24. Matthews was 3rd in the league with 46 goals, 2 behind Jack Eichel, and 51 assists, tied for 8th behind Sidney Crosby. 97 points to Connor McDavid's 101. 97 points, sorry. I said 98. 300.
Pretty big year for not having a lot of extra scoring.
Yeah.
I think the next guy down. Yeah.
Yeah. So not bad overall. All right. So thank you, Jeff, for coming. And thank you very much for tuning in to another Franchise Hockey Manager 4 stream. We stream every Wednesday night at 10 p.m. Eastern on twitch.tv/OOTP Developments. You can find all of our streams archived on our YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/OOTP Developments as well. You can also reach out to us on our Facebook page, which is facebook.com/Franchise Hockey Manager. On Twitter, we're at Franchise Hockey. Or you can come on down to our official website, which is ootpdevelopments.com. Click on the community button in the top right-hand corner, which will bring you to our official forums, where you can come talk about Franchise Hockey Manager, Out of the Park Baseball, MLB Manager, or anything else you desire. Jeff, did I miss anything? Or is anything else important coming up? Because I feel like I missed something.
Well, we've got that would be the Out of the Park 19 release coming next week. You can still pre-order and get the game 3 days early. If not, it will be out at the end of next week. So
and you can pre-order it one of 3 ways. I don't know if they all get you into the beta. I don't think they do, but you can now pre-order through eSellerit, correct? And it's also available, yep, I believe, on Steam and on Origin.
It is. EA Origin, yes.
Yes. So from your favorite spots. All right. Thank you very much, Jeff. And
thanks everybody for coming out.
Yep. And we will see you all again very soon.